Tomorrow is going to be a very, very tough day for the people of Ontario who do not prepare themselves with what is about to happen. Justin, the tacky headed Mackdaddy, the son of Satan, the emissary of the devil, the quasi Zionist Trudeau, is planning to do a very, very terrible number on the people of Ontario. He is planning to jack up the price of a gasoline in Ontario, in spite because the provincial government of Ontario refused to participate with the carbon tax proposal that the Mackdaddy said that every province should do. He ordered every province to create a carbon tax plan, and Doug Ford refused to play along. He knew that the carbon tax was a fraud. It was just another money grab. It wouldn't do anything for the environment. If anything, it would make the environment worse, which I've described. It would move fossil fuel jobs to China, the United States, Venezuela, all other places, because they wouldn't want to pay extra, and they would spew even more carbon because those countries have very lackadaisical environmental regulations. The Mac Daddy doesn't care. He's refused to say how much the emissions will be gone when the carbon tax is placed. He's refused to mention that. He's just said, y'all need to put in a carbon tax or I will impose one. Ontario said, go to hell, rightfully so. Doug Ford said, go to hell. And so as a result, the Mac Daddy wants to spite the people of Ontario by jacking up the price of gas. And he's going to do that with his own a carbon tax plan for Ontario. So my strong advice for the people of Ontario is to not only fill up your gas tank right now, because tomorrow is when this is going to take place. Fill up your gas tank immediately after watching this video. Fill it to the brink. Every car that you own, the SUV, your daughter's car, the wife's car, grandma's Oldsmobile, the horse and buggy, fill all of that up to the brink. And I also advise the people of Ontario to get gas containers. You know those containers that you fill up your lawnmower with? Get two of them, fill them up to the brink, and have them so that you can avoid paying this carbon tax for as long as possible. Stack up on gas now because the gas prices are going to jack up. Young folks, people my age, especially I'm talking to you, do this right now. You got a car, you got a whatever you got, send it down to the gas station right now, fill it up, fill it up, fill it up, and then get two gas containers and have them on reserve so you will have gas for as long as possible, and you can avoid spending more of your hard-earned money that you need to pay debt, your college debt, cell phone bill, your rent, whatever groceries. You can hold on to that money for as long as possible instead of giving more and more money to this emissary of the devil, this piece of trash, this criminal protecting son of Satan. When I say criminal protecting, I don't mean protecting some dude who goes to a convenience store and holds it up, or who steals a bag of chips, or who jaywalks. I'm talking about protecting a $1 billion corporation, SNC Lavalin, which has been accused of bribery, which has been accused of pimping, all sorts of stuff. And the Mac Daddy did everything he could. It's now on tape to make sure, and his government made sure that that company could avoid justice. That is what he did, and that is the reason why he fired his attorney general, because she wouldn't play along. So that's what I mean by criminally protecting. He's a criminal. He protects criminals. He's a Mac Daddy. He's an emissary of the devil, and he comes from a woman who's a piece of trash. I call her Margaret, the Fidel Castro humping, Ted Kennedy humping, Rolling Stones humping, and probably many others humping Trudeau, Margaret Trudeau. Long story short, go now to the gas station, fill up your tanks, Seniors, fill up your tanks. Young folks, fill up your tanks. People who are penny pinching right now, fill up your tanks. Get 2 gas containers. Reserve your gas so that you can avoid paying extra for gas as long as possible. And just keep in mind, for those of you who think, okay, well, he's doing this to protect the environment, this is only going to make the environment much worse. You see in Alberta all those gas jobs, oil jobs, fossil fuel jobs, they're going away. They're leaving Alberta. Calgary has a very, very bad unemployment problem, and Edmonton it also has unemployment. Calgary has the second most unemployment, and I think Edmonton has the first or something like that. That's what's happening. They're going away and they're spewing even more carbon in China or America or wherever. That's what's happening right now. And the Mackdaddy has refused, Justin Trudeau, the Mackdaddy has refused to properly explain how this will reduce emissions and how much emissions will be freed away from the atmosphere. He's refused because he knows it's a complete fraud, this carbon tax. So he wants to spite the people of Ontario by jacking up our gas prices. Well, I say the people of Ontario need to spite right back and vote him the hell out of the Prime Minister's office and back to hell where he belongs, with one of his 3 daddies, one of them, whether it's Pierre Trudeau or Fidel Castro or Lucifer himself. That's how we can spite back this son of Satan. This is the Oranna Nation.